Hey y'all, I'm going to teach you the books of the Old Testament with the motions. So the first one is Genesis. So you just make a circle with your hand like you are God creating the world like he did in Genesis. Second book is Exodus. So for this one, we just point to the exit because that's what God's people did. They exited out of slavery. So Exodus. For Leviticus, we kind of use our jeans, and I tell the kids jeans sometimes are called Levi's. So you're just gonna slap your knee and say Leviticus. The third one is Numbers. For this one, you just wiggle your fingers like you're counting your 10 fingers. Numbers. The next one is always one of the kids' favorites. It's Deuteronomy. So we're gonna turn into a surfer dude for this one. Put your fingers like this. You're gonna start low and say Deuteronomy, like you're saying dude like a surfer. All right, then we're moving on to Joshua. Joshua was a soldier, so we're gonna salute. Joshua. Next is Judges. We're gonna bang our gavel. Judges. And the next one is Ruth. And Ruth kind of sounds like roof, like on your house. So you kind of make a house with your fingers, roof. So we have Joshua, Judges, Ruth. All right, then we get into the Samuels. So Samuel reminds us of the word mule, like a donkey. So we're gonna put our 2 fingers like we're a mule up on our head like that. So we'll say first, Samuel, second, Samuel. Then we have 1 Kings and 2 Kings. First Kings, like you're putting a crown. 2 Kings. Then we have Chronicles. First Chronicles, so pretend like you're opening a scroll. Second, switch your hands. Chronicles, opening a second scroll. So we have 1 Samuel, 2 Samuel, 1 Kings, 2 Kings, 1 Chronicles, 2 Chronicles. All right, then we're gonna get into Ezra. For this one, we're gonna turn into kind of a cheerleader, and we're gonna say, Ezra, like Ra at the end, like a cheerleader, Ezra. Then we have Nehemiah, which you point to your knees, Nehemiah. Then we have Esther, my personal favorite. Remember how Esther was a beauty queen. So we say Esther, toss, toss, and we kind of toss our hair. Then we have Job. So for Job, we're gonna just kind of snap our finger and go, aw, Job, because he had such a hard life. Then we have Psalms, so raise our hands, Psalms. Proverbs is a thinker, so point to your head. Then we have Ecclesiastes. For this one, life is meaningless, so we're gonna kind of shrug. Ecclesiastes. Then we have the Song of Solomon. For this one, you make a heart with your hand, Song of Solomon. Then we have Isaiah. For this one, you make some glasses because it reminds us of our eyes. Isaiah. Then we have Jeremiah. For this one, the kids like this one too because we're gonna karate chop when we get to the ya. So Jeremiah, I like that one. Then we go on to Lamentations. So think of a lamb and what it sounds like. And it's also kind of a sad book. So we're gonna do like we're crying and we're gonna sound like a lamb. And we're gonna say Lamentations. All right, now we're on to Ezekiel. Ezekiel talks about those dry bones. So we're gonna kind of be a skeleton, Ezekiel. Then we go to Daniel. We know Daniel's in the lion's den, so we say Daniel, roar. Then we have Hosea. Hosea is kind of a love story, but it's kind of a lot of hard things. So we're gonna cross our hearts for Hosea, Hosea. Then we have Joel. There's a really interesting part in Joel where he talks about some stepping on some crickets and things. So we're gonna kind of stomp our foot like we're stepping on a bug, Joel. Then we get to Amos. So we're gonna pretend like we are a moose. So we're gonna get our antlers ready and say, Amos. Then we're on to Obadiah, which reminds us of the word bad. So we're gonna kind of shame on you, Obadiah. Then we're gonna get to Jonah. Of course, Jonah was in the fish, so Jonah. Then we have Micah. Get your thumb out as your microphone, Micah. Then we have Nahum. For this one, you gotta sound like a horse, Nahum. Then we get on to Habakkuk. So you're gonna kind of spin around, point to your back, Habakkuk. All right, then we are on to Zephaniah. So we're gonna make one finger and make a Z, Zephaniah. Then we have Haggai. So you're going to give yourself a hug to remind you of Haggai. Haggai. Then 2 fingers for Zechariah. Make a Z, Zechariah. And the last one is Malachi. And since we've made it to the end of the Old Testament, we'll take a bow. Malachi. All right, so here we go from the beginning. I'm going to have to use my cheat notes. Here we go. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, Ruth. 1 Samuel, 2 Samuel, 1 Kings, 2 Kings, 1 Chronicles, 2 Chronicles, Ezra, Nehemiah, Esther, toss, Job, Psalms, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, Song of Solomon, Isaiah, Jeremiah, Lamentations, Ezekiel, Daniel, Rar, Hosea, Joel, Amos, Obadiah, Jonah, Micah, Nahum, Habakkuk, Zephaniah, Haggai, Zechariah, Malachi. There you go. There's the Old Testament.